G'day, Fiddler Dan here, and today I'm having a look at D'Addario's Ascente strings. I'm looking at them because I'm looking for a string that might be the second set of strings that you put on a violin, and I just want to see what they sound like and do a bit of a sound comparison. For my sound comparison, I'm going to use the Vivo Elite violin. This is the 3/4 size today. I think they're quite a nice instrument. They ship with factory steel strings, which I think are perfect when you're just beginning as a player and you don't have much in the way of technique. But this violin can go a long way further if you improve the strings on it. So I've got a couple of these instruments in my shop at the moment. I strung one up with some D'Addario Ascente strings and one with the factory strings, and I'm just going to do a little sound comparison. So to do that comparison, I'm going to play this with a bow hold. Initially I'm going to play it with a bow hold, just holding 2 fingers, because that's about all the control that you've got when you're first learning to play the violin. Then I'm going to go to a better grip where I can exert better control on the strings, and finally I'm going to test it with a better bow, because we all should know that a better bow can help you produce a better sound. So first up, let's hear the Vivo Elite in the wild, as it were, with its original set of strings. First, with the very light bow hold. Steel strings are very, very light and very forgiving, and you can still pull something of a reasonable tone without much of a bow grip. When I use a better bow grip, the violin starts to speak a whole lot better. And let's just try, for sake of comparison, with a good bow. And I think you get a little bonus with the tone there. Okay, so let's look at the Ascente strings now. These come from D'Addario. They're a synthetic gut core string, so and most violinists today will use those. These are retailing in Australian money for just under $60, which is a fantastic price point. So I can sell a new violin with these strings on it for $60 more, but people are quite price sensitive, so I tend to leave the factory strings on, both because they're more forgiving, and also people don't want to spend even more when they're initially shopping, so I leave that. So these are a kind of entry-level synthetic core string, so easy to play, massive step up in tone, and quite soft under the fingers as well, which is quite nice too. So you can start to develop that left-hand sensitivity as well. So here's one I prepared earlier. Let's put that under my chin. And again, with the factory bow and with the no bow grip, no technique. Let's hear how it sounds. That's quite interesting, although the bow is kind of skating on the string a bit because there's not much pressure going into the string. You're still pulling a reasonable tone. I think it's better than from the steel strings. There's no question though, steel strings are easier to play when you don't have much of a way of a bow grip or bow technique. let's add in a bow grip with some control now on the strings. And now we're starting to hear the tone that the strings impart or help support coming out of the violin. Undeniably a richer sound than from the steel strings. And now let's try with a nicer bow as well. And it might be my imagination, but I'm starting to hear more of those higher end overtones and harmonics that really bring that richness to the tone of the violin. So feel free to go backwards and forwards in the video and hear the difference for yourself. For me, I think they're a fantastic step up, and certainly at under $60, I don't believe there's a cheaper synthetic core string on the market that has a reputable brand and is reliable with a reasonably long life. So D'Addario Ascente, it's a thumbs up from me as your second set of strings. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.